Alright, what is going on, guys? Today we got a pretty fun video planned. We're going to be taking a look at 14-year-old World of Warcraft guild applications here. They're kind of ridiculous, to be honest with you. And most of these are casual raiding guilds, so keep that in mind. It's not even like the most hardcore, intense raiding guilds that want to like world first or anything. No, these are casual, like guilds that anybody would apply to join. Let me tell you guys, they are like weirdly specific and they are very wildly thorough applications. Some of the questions are like legit questions that you would expect to see, and some of them just kind of make you scratch your head. Some of the questions are just so wildly irrelevant, like it's kind of surprising seeing them on this list of questions that they would actually ask people before joining their guild. So yeah, let's get into this first one here. As you can see, it's kind of hard to see, I realize, but it says 14 years ago. So around the beginning of WoW here, we're talking about. It's just crazy how much harder it was to get into a guild back then if you were trying to clear all the raids efficiently, versus now a casual guild, you know, you might just see it pop up in trade or in like a city chat, and like you just hit them up to join, and then boom, they invite you, and then boom, you're in a guild, a casual guild at that. But no, exactly the opposite. Back in the day, apparently you have to go through this whole questionnaire, and it takes time. Usually that wasn't it. Like after the application, like you got an interview, and then probably some other process you had to go through, and just to see if you were accepted into the guild. So let's go through some of these questions. This is on the WoW Reddit page. As you can see, I have a casual raiding guild on Sentinels. We're the 4th Horde guild on Icecrown, but the Horde rating options are pretty slim. Either way, here's our application. So this server Sentinels must have been a primarily Alliance server, since they said the Horde rating options are pretty slim. So, but let's see some of these questions. Are you a Reaver? Have you seen either the Firefly TV show or the Serenity movie? And my girlfriend told me that that's pertaining to a certain type of show. I'm not quite sure which show they're referring to. I might look it up really quick, but no, that's okay. Just kind of an irrelevant, fun question. I guess it's acceptable, you know. Not all questions that you expect to see on applications have to be like serious. We can kind of just lay the foundation with a fun, lighthearted question, which I think they're attempting there. All right, I'll look it up. One sec. Are you a Reaver? Have you seen the Firefly TV show? I'll look up Reaver Firefly TV show. Oh, here it is, Reaver Firefly. Let's see, what could this show possibly have been about? Oh god, I see some kind of demented person. Oh god. Let's look at this Wikipedia really quick. Yo, Reavers are a fictional group of humans in television series Firefly and subsequent film Serenity. Okay, so this is definitely what they're talking about. Who live on the fringes of civilized space and have become animalistic. Oh, shit, okay. What brought you to Browncoats? The name of the guild. Who recruited you? How'd you hear about us? So, pretty normal question there. You would probably expect to see. Well, actually, nowadays, there's really none of this going on, like no applications or anything, so I guess you wouldn't really expect to see any of these questions. Again, you kind of just asked to join and they invite you nowadays. But for the more serious guilds, they probably have a like somewhat of a application process. But how often do you play? Pretty normal there. Yeah, apparently it's statistically harder to get into a guild back in the day than it was to get into Harvard's. Like, this is crazy. Apparently it was harder to get into a casual guild back in the day than it was to get into a Fortune 500 company. Why did you leave your previous guild? Okay, it's a good question. It must have been harder if this was like your very first guild too to get in. What would you ultimately like to get out of the guild? What can we do for you? Have you had a chance to look over our guild charter? Please do so before submitting application. And then this one is the one that got me. This one's kind of funny. Choose a specific portion of the charter and tell us why you like that portion. I already tried going to the charter. It doesn't work. sadly. That probably would have provided us with some more laughs, but yeah, it doesn't work. The brown coats are no longer a thing, unfortunately. What level in class are you? Pretty typical questions. What's your current main spec? If you have dual spec, what's your second spec? Okay, so this must have been at least after, when did dual spec come out? Wrath of the Lich King, or I think it came out in TBC, so it must this must have taken place at least in the Burning Crusade. So would you be willing to spec differently for the guild? You better say yes, otherwise you're not getting into the guild. Just kidding. We do not force you to respec ever. Oh, okay. That's nice. At least they're kind of accommodating. What class would you be willing to roll to help the guild? Okay, some personal questions. These should be fun. Dog or cat person? Okay, I'll answer these for you guys. I really like both. I had a really nice dog growing up. His name was Bear. He's not around anymore, RIP. But since my first dog, I've really become a cat person. They're just really chill. I have like the best cat. He's not here, but that's his stand right there. And yeah, I just grown to really love cats. They're really chill, and I got really lucky with the cat that I have. So if given the opportunity, would you want to become an officer? I probably personally wouldn't want that responsibility. I'm more of a type of player to just kind of log in, do the raid, and log out. Yeah, I wouldn't really want to dedicate that much time to like organizing things within the guild, but I'm sure it could be fulfilling for other people. 2A, what realm of ownership interests you most? Oh no, what realm of officership interests you the most? I was like, what? We're becoming owners now? Banking, raiding, recruiting, class leadership, etc. So yeah, and no aspect of officership really interests me, but that's not really a personal question. Oh yeah, I guess it is. What do you like most about working in a group? I like the fact that we're all just working together to down a boss or to achieve a common goal, and I like that satisfaction and being rewarded, that rewarding feeling after you down a boss with a group. It's pretty fun. What do you like least about working in a group? Let's see. It always sucks when you're placed with like jerks or like dicks. Usually I haven't really had that experience in a guild. Mostly everyone's been chill, but there's always that one person, bro, who kind of just rubs you the wrong way or is like annoying or like out of pocket. That's probably like the worst part to me. Tell us something interesting about yourself. Okay. I don't know anything interesting about myself. I guess I could sing, I play guitar. I guess those are some things people don't really know about me off the bat. I went to a performing arts high school. Theory, aka no wrong answers. Okay, I'm not gonna really go all through these. Like, you guys kind of get the gist. Like, and this is a casual raiding guild application, not even a serious guild. And you had to submit an application, hopefully get called back for an interview, and then after the interview they might take you along to a few like groups, like dungeons and raids, just to ensure that you know what you're doing and stuff. So yeah, you're not even guaranteed a spot like after you even get selected to have an interview with them. So super rigorous process, actually. If you have raided before, what is the most exciting part about raiding? If you haven't raided before, what do you like most about WoW and why? What do I like most about WoW and why? I like the how engaging and immersive the raid experience is. Like, I like how instant all the numbers are. You know, like when you cast that spell, like the numbers all are registered like pretty much instantly. Like if you're doing damage, like just seeing that boss's health dwindle away is like really satisfying, and just the gameplay is really addicting to me. So that's probably my favorite part about WoW, and the socialization is really fun. Like, there are some things in the game you cannot do alone. So I would say that is my favorite thing. Actually, this one wasn't as crazy of questions as I expected it to be. It is really lengthy. But yeah, it's just crazy to me. This was the casual raid experience or application experience. So different nowadays. Let's go to this one. This one's a little bit more straightforward. Name, class, armory link, age, spec, able to attend. Yeah, that's kind of a question that this one forgot to cover, like the accessibility. Because it probably took more time, raiding back in the day. Just because everything wasn't so black and white, like all that information that we have now wasn't necessarily there. Oh, I like this question. Chocolate chip cookies or Oreos? Me personally, oh, that's a tough one. Actually, like Oreos are so good, like dipped in milk. So I guess that would have to be my question. Like, do you have a glass of milk with it, or is it just the cookies? Because with milk, I'd probably have I don't know, chocolate chips good too with milk. Oh, I don't know, I can't answer that one, guys. But yeah, leave it in the comments if you made it this far. Chocolate chip cookies or Oreos? What's superior? What do you expect from the guild? Which add-ons do you use? What are your computer specs? Do you have Ventrilo and a mic? Oh god, that really puts an age on it. Ventrilo. Oh my god. Bro, I remember back in the day I had no idea what vent was, and like I just couldn't join any group that was requiring it. And because I didn't know what the hell it was. Like, I didn't have it on my computer. I'm pretty sure I didn't even have a mic I could use. Yeah, I would just look for those groups that were Giga Chads and weren't requiring vent. I was limited, bro. But please give us a screenshot of your current UI. That's pretty in-depth there, but I guess not the craziest. Other guilds probably do that too, especially like healing officers or DPS officers. They probably want to maximize like your damage or healing with the help of some UIs or add-ons or weak auras. So provide any WWS you may have, if you have it. I don't know what that is. Do you know anyone in guild, or have you played with anyone? Anything you would like to add? What is your most prized mount? I would have to personally say either the Raven Lord for me, or the Time Lost Proto Drake, or the Swift Zulian Tiger. Those are all pretty rare, obviously. And yeah, I would probably have to say the Time Lost Proto Drake. That grind was just something else, dude. It was a beast. Might probably Holly, because she was a cheerleader. What? Yo, that is the most like WoW humor, like just the perverted nature. Like, let's see if we could try and find some more outlandish questions. These are all from like 14 years ago, by the way, so old stuff. This is a part of history for sure. Yeah, so a lot of these questions aren't really too crazy. It's just the thoroughness that is pretty captivating here. Tell us your most offensive / or funniest joke. That's a good one. That's a fun one. I like that. Offensive is kind of intimidating though. You wouldn't want to offend one of your newly made guild members. What is your Cata raid experience? So this one must have been around little newer in Cataclysm, which is set to re-release pretty soon actually. Do you have Mumble? Do you talk on Mumble? What is Mumble? Is that even still an application today? Like, is that like one of those sketchy like messaging sites where it like can't be traced? Like, it sounds like one of those illegitimate like messaging sites, almost like WhatsApp, but not as legit. Are you a keyboard turner or a clicker? Answering yes is not an immediate disqualification, but we would want to know more details. Why do you choose to apply to us? Why should we choose you? More generally, what qualities will make you an asset to our raid team? Yeah, I feel like that would be an instant DQ nowadays. Like if you were a clicker. Yeah, that just like makes you a lot worse at the game, just naturally. Please list our raid times. They're asking the applicant to list the raid times. That's a pretty clever one. Like, you better know our raid times, otherwise nope, we can't choose you, bro. Can you make these times with 99% attendance? Like, what about that 1%? Like, how do they do that math? That's like missing not even a full raid. 1%. Like, I feel like if you missed a raid, like, you would just be done. Like, you'd be on the bench. Boom. See you later. 99%. That's kind of specific. How do we distribute loot? And can you adhere to this method of loot distribution with no drama? Once again, asking the applicant for the answer here. I like it. I like it. Highly effective. Like, you better know your shit. You better do your research before applying to this guild. What is your current and most recent guild, and why did you choose to leave it? I decided to ninja everything in the guild bank, and then they kind of outlawed me, and yeah, they started spamming my name in trade chat and calling me rude names, and yeah, didn't really smooth over the best. But so yeah, that's kind of it, guys. I don't really want to make this video super long. It's already longer than I intended it to be, but yeah, it's safe to say applying for a guild back in the day, a casual guild, is a lot different than nowadays, where you just kind of ask to join and you are then invited pretty much instantly. So just wanted to go over this with you guys. Let me know if you guys have any personal experience trying to join a guild back in the day. Was it this difficult for you? And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace out.